This will make your blood run cold. They found something strange under the door and went to investigate. By now you know that things are going to go well. We can't tell if this was real or not, but the events in the video are disturbing down to the core.
To my hotel room and immediately see this. You see that line under the door? What is this? What is this? Maybe it's kind of service. What? Smuggling tunnel? What is this? What the fish snatching? Let's see what's going on here. This is crazy. This is a hotel. Let's stick it all the way in. What's that? What the f? What's that? What the? This is crazy. This is a hotel. Let's stick it all the way in. What's that? What the f? What's that? What the?
The man appears to have become possessed, attacking his friends and going on a rampage. Not to mention the look on his face will be the source of many nightmares for a long time to come.
¡Silencio! ¡Hay una presencia en esta casa! ¿Estás en esta casa?
¿Haz otra pregunta? Maxi, por favor, Maxi, para. Maxi. ¿Qué está pasando? Personaje. Vale, ¿y ahora qué pasa?
¿Pero se supone que se hace?
Estoy muy rayado, Maxi, por favor. Estoy muy rayado.
Quiero quitar el dedo.
¿Quitamos a la vez?
¿Para qué? Vamos a salir.
This has to be one of the best shadow figures ever caught on camera.
Tell you I saw something out here. But it's inside now. Tap it on the window out. There.
Oh, yeah.
Top window.
Yeah.
Bottom window. Bottom window.
I can only see it on your phone.
What the hell does its face look like? Oh, man, it disappeared. Bottom window.
I can only see it on your phone.
What the hell does its face look like? Oh, man, it disappeared. Top window. Right.
Oh my god.
What the hell is it? Can I zoom in on this?
Oh. Gone.
Bottom window. What the hell is going on?
You're just going through the floor or something.
It's gone through the wall.
The figure clearly knows that it is being watched and proceeds to move around the house. There is a noise coming from downstairs, and they are beyond terrified.
Hello? Oh my God!
Take a deep look at this. Being home alone at the time. If you capture something like this, what is your next move?
Are you recording this? What's going on? Oh, the lights, the traffic lights is out too.
Oh my god.
Yo.
What is going on?
Yo, that's whoa.
What?
Yo, they're about to.
A glitch in the sky. How do we explain this?
Oh, the lights, the traffic lights is out too.
Oh my god.
Yo.
What is going on?
Yo, that's whoa.
What?
Yo, they're about to.
At the site of a vehicle crash, they took photos and captured this bizarre thing. There was a face looking out from inside the wreck. This shouldn't be since the driver was lone at the time.
face of a young child appears inside the wrecked car. Loudney is stunned. Not only me, but everybody else in the editing department, including the manager and other people who work there. Everybody saw the face of a child in those images. It came from nowhere. Sometimes you must see it to believe it. But I believe something is there. I know what I saw. My image showed the face of a child. He starts to edit. That is, until he starts to edit it back at the office. And sees this. Watch closely.
They captured ghostly apportions moving around inside. Do you see them reflected in the windows?
¿Despacho? Gracias. Julio 4246, mucho peticionado para Tepepa. Se va a realizar conferencia calificada de mando ya que la fuga va a ser función del...
En el 4315 de igual forma foto derrapado para perímetro de linda vista, Alex. ¿Querés ya trabajándolo? C6, 1216. Se va a multiplicar la llamada.
¿Despacho?
Dígame.
Gracias. Julio 4246, mucho peticionado para Tepepa. Se va a realizar conferencia...
The kids were playing on the street at night, but nobody noticed what happened next. Pay attention above the rock. Did you catch that?
Hey, hey, hey! Hey, hey, hey! Hey, hey, hey! Hey, 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 hey!
Imagine driving along at night and getting confronted with this. The drive was scared and fled from the pursuit. She became possessed, started twisting her body in strange and often painful to look at ways. They had to hold her down and try to help, but she couldn't be helped.
Dios bendito, mi pa. Oye, güey, pero yo ahorita no creo en eso, güey. Nunca se me ha subido, nunca he muerto, güey.
Esto no es más fuerte, no es más fuerte que esto. Ese es el libro de todo. Pues estamos el 22.
How on earth could this happen? The questions this raises are endless, and we're left craving answers. But here's the thing, even those who thought they'd seen it all weren't ready for what comes next. Keep your eyes on the person in the video. We don't have all the details about this event, but what was captured on video is intriguing, to say the least. But is it just mist or something more?
Y líbranos de todo mal. Amén. Que estás en el cielo, santificado está tu nombre. Venga a nosotros tu reino. Hágase su voluntad en la tierra como en el cielo. Danos hoy nuestro pan de cada día. Perdona nuestras ofensas. También nosotros perdonamos. No nos dejes caer en tentación y líbranos de todo mal. Amén. que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre, venga a nosotros tu reino, hágase tu voluntad en la tierra como en el cielo, danos hoy nuestro pan de cada día.
Yo no puedo más. Llévenme a donde lo traje.
Una veladora blanca, no hay otra. Una veladora. Una veladora.
Se va a quedar aquí.
¿No tiene alcohol? ¿No tiene alcohol? Sí. No tengo. Pero ahí en la pinche. Agarra, pa. Agarra. Pega su teléfono, güey. Sale.
She managed to capture something extraordinary on camera. In the footage, we see her gesturing toward the gate in her backyard, casually mentioning that she was headed out. But as she passed through the gate, the atmosphere shifted dramatically. What happened next was nothing short of surreal. Out of nowhere, a figure materialized in the camera's view. One moment, the space was empty. The next, there it was, staring back at the lens.
But watching me with my hands, so hold on. Okay, I'm going to the gate. I'm going towards the back of the yard. I'm in the out of sight. I'm going to the gate. Back I go. I'm behind the gate. Behind the gate. Behind the gate. Boom!
The figure's sudden appearance was like something straight out of a horror movie.
Behind the gate. Boom!
This strange occurrence was broadcast live on air. Viewers were left in shock. Look closely at how the figure moves it, almost seems to glide, and then, just as mysteriously, it vanishes.
Of the incoming projectiles were intercepted.
What the fuck is this shit? Look at that. Look at that.
Of the incoming projectiles were intercepted.
What the fuck is this shit? Look at that. Look at that.
Was it a trick of the light? A camera glitch? Or something beyond our understanding? Comment sections exploded with theories. Some said it was a bird passing by, while others were convinced it was a UFO caught mid-flight. A moment that defies explanation. Watch the footage carefully, and you'll see the rod, which was leaning innocently against the shelf, suddenly lift off the ground. With no visible force acting on it, the rod flies through the air and slams into her back. The room was completely dark, and there was no one else around. So, how do we explain that moment when the rod seemed to have a mind of its own? She was understandably stunned, frozen in disbelief at what just happened. In another eerie scene, she's on her phone, barely noticing that the motorbike beside her inexplicably roars to life. The bike accelerates all on its own, crashing directly into the adjacent wall. She turns around, spooked, desperately trying to understand how something so bizarre could happen. What's even more unsettling is that incidents like these, where objects appear to move or act without cause, aren't as rare as you might think. We find her lying in bed, seemingly gripped by a night terror, or perhaps even a supernatural force. Her body twists and contorts in ways that seem almost impossible. Watching her movements sends shivers down your spine. as if you're witnessing something beyond the physical realm. In another disturbing clip, a security guard on his night shift, the building had been closed, the lights turned off, and everyone had gone home. But when the camera pans toward the far end of the room, you can see it a shadow, moving unnaturally, almost as if it's aware that it's being watched. Is this just a trick of the eye or something more sinister? As she opens the door, you can't help but notice a strange mark on the wall. What is that? The shape seems unnatural, like something out of a nightmare, and no amount of logical thinking can explain its presence.
Aquí se ve mejor. Fíjate. Ajá.
Se fue.
Para que si veamos cuando sigamos, para que vean de que no, si alguien puede ver que se va, no se va. Y ahí lo entramos a buscar.
Ahí se ve como una calavera.
Aparece, ajá.
Te estoy enseñando, mira.
Y desapareció. Desapareció, desapareció y desapareció. Chao.
What on earth just happened? Without warning, flames erupt, followed by a thick plume of smoke, and in the blink of an eye, he's gone. 1 second he was there, and the next he vanished without a trace.
Juro que yo vi que parpadeó.
Ya, silencio, guarda, respira.
Juro que yo vi que
No me dicen ya, silencio.
de todas maneras. Lo grabé. Te lo juro que yo vi que parpadeó.
Ya, silencio, guarda, respira.
Juro que yo vi que
No me dicen ya, silencio.
There are even stories about a statue that seems to have a life of its own. People have recorded claims of its eyes moving, blinking, as if it were a living creature. In side-by-side comparisons of before and after footage, there's no denying that something has changed. The eyes look different, almost aware. How do we rationalize that? And finally, out in the open sea, someone captured something truly mind-boggling. Was that really a mermaid, as the title suggests? The footage was taken miles away from shore, far too distant for it to be a swimmer. The figure in the water seemed almost mythical. Could it be that there are still mysteries in this world that defy logic and explanation? Here are creepy, unsettling, and very scary videos for you to enjoy. This woman was given a stuffed bear a gift. However, since the day she got it, bad things had been happening to her. She went on a local TV program for help, and that was when they found this. Someone had cursed her by placing an object inside the bear.
Esto no es bueno. Esto no es bueno. Esto no es bueno.
Bro, ¿cómo tú vas a hacer esas cosas? Yo no he hecho nada. Yo salí del cuarto.
Tengo que deshacerlo. Hay que deshacerlo.
He was busy working on his laptop. That was when he became the victim of a paranormal experience. The chair across from him moved by itself.
There's people in my car. I know you can't see them, but they will not leave. If you can, I try to get them out, but they won't not leave. Look, you see my picture right there?
Yes.
That's me.
Okay.
She will not open the door.
Okay.
Even if I unlock it.
Okay.
And my husband, oh my goodness, it's like intense.
How many people are in your car right now?
From what I saw, see, look, she's moving. See, do you see the car seat move?
I didn't.
There's clearly nobody in the car.
I'll give you the keys to the car.
Did you catch it? If we slow things down and take a closer look, we can start to piece together the incredible event that just unfolded. There's something happening there that defies all logic. The people who witnessed this firsthand are still in shock. Do you see what they saw? How on earth could this happen? The questions this raises are endless, and we're left craving answers.
Yo, so here, I just wanted to let you guys know that this doll somehow got here on this chair. When this doll, this thing is creepy. When this doll was supposed to be on this one here, right over here. And I just don't get it of how this thing like came out. I tried reviewing the cameras, but I was not able to capture nothing. But yeah, it was supposed to be right up there inside that casket right there. So what I'll do is I'll just set it right over here for now, and so hopefully it stays there, right? So this is what I want people to understand, that you know, you fucking kidding me?
Footage is downright eerie. Whatever this is, it demands a deeper investigation. The kind of unsettling moment that leaves you with goosebumps.
Oh God, I'm like shaking. You guys Guys, this is not. The room was locked.
You can't help but hold your breath, wondering what's going to happen next. But here's the thing. Even those who thought they'd seen it all weren't ready for what comes next.
Guys, this is not normal. Not f***ing normal. This thing is not normal.
Do you believe in divine intervention? This woman wouldn't be left alone by this dog. That was until this happened. The dog saved her from a terrible fate. What do you make of this? Is this an error in reality or a glitch in real life? They are walking down the street, holding up a full-size car above their heads. Imagine being a witness to this on your way home at night. Either they are super strong, or there is a trick to this. Which do you think it could be? Pay attention to the number at the back of his jersey. It changes. How is that even supposed to be possible? Can we explain for his? These are a series of bizarre events that need to be explained. They are waiting in life for their flights when some of the people around them suddenly vanish. The video was captured by CCTV cameras inside the place, and look at the reactions of the people left behind. Some begin to scream and panic while others are completely confused. Some in the comments said that it was all an elaborate prank, perhaps a trick or even a staged event for a TV series. I will admit that this one is too strange to say for sure. Posted with the caption, "I am scared my friend sent me a picture of a ghost she saw. My friend saw a ghost and checked the camera if it made a picture. I never believed in ghosts, but this and some other encounters make me believe otherwise. What do you guys think? Was it a ghost?" Posted with the caption, "Coworker captured ghost in pediatric unit camera monitor at my local hospital. I took a picture of her picture. Sorry about her cracked phone screen." We don't have all the details about this event, but what was captured on video is intriguing, to say the least. Some believe this footage needs a closer inspection to uncover any hidden clues. Take a good look. We've enhanced the video so you can see what everyone's been buzzing about online. The reactions have been mixed. Could this truly be a supernatural event, or is there a more mundane explanation? Perhaps this mystery warrants further scrutiny. Keep your attention on the main event. We are going to kick things off with a capture that will chill you to the bone. The post comes from a user called Pyrocenist. In their original post, they stated this is a photo taken back when film was the only option. It is of my coworker's great-great-grandma. It was taken by her grandfather as the building was burning down. She had been dead for years at the time, and the area she can be seen in was the kitchen. Do you see it? The haunting image of a person can be clearly identified in the capture. I would love to hear takes and comments on this. Be sure to tell me what you think. A ghost appeared at celebration. It is not edited. The photo is real. They appeared a girl wearing a uniform that create much talk online, with one person saying the girl obviously exists, but there is an entity between the glass and the girl, a being that should not be in the image. The way she is smiling is very creepy, not to mention the fact that she is almost black and white in color compared to everything else. What do you make of this? A ghost was filmed walking at 3 a.m. The group of friends who happened to capture the terrifying moment were so scared that they decided to call the police. Some friends who were traveling by car during the early morning hours on a street of Buenos Aires town in Argentina when they saw a ghost walking along the sidewalk and were completely terrified. It all happened when they were traveling in the vehicle around 3:31 in the morning, and on one of the sidewalks, they saw a ghost walking around dressed in white from head to toe. In the midst of desperation, one of them began to shout at the driver to speed up so they could leave the place quickly. 2 hours later, they said they saw another one very close by. Just in case, we called the police, said Santis, the person in charge of sharing the video. The post received more than 42,000 likes and hundreds of comments. If I were you, I would have asked for a photo, one user joked. The same thing happened to me with my friends, another internet user added. Terrifying, a ghost is caught running during a live show. While they were talking about the weather forecast, cameras located on the banks of a local river captured what appeared to be a running specter. Online, many could not believe what he was seeing. What is this? Is it a reflection? Applause for the best radar. We have to analyze this next week. It is a person who runs and disappears. It has no legs, said the meteorologist. We are not joking. This happened live when we were talking about the weather. The camera is from Paso de la Patria, he added. We are going to analyze this with the directors, who are the ones who know about the cameras.
Se los digo en serio, no estamos jodiendo, esto pasó en vivo cuando estábamos hablando del tiempo y la cámara es de Paso de la Patria.
Ahora viene corriendo.
Nos tenemos que ir, pero nos hubiésemos quedado todo el programa con esto.
Yo tiro el graf rojo, pero la producción es muy blanda. Bueno, vamos a quedar analizando esto con los directores, que son los que saben de las cámaras.
Tremendo lo que nos llegó, Fenómenos TN en Instagram.
Unbelievable. A ghost dressed as a bride was captured in a house underwater, while the devastating damage left by hurricane. A young woman shared a video showing the severe damage caused by a hurricane. However, what began as an attempt to document the tragedy became a viral phenomenon. In the video, a female silhouette dressed as a bride can be clearly seen in one of the windows of the second floor of a flooded apartment. The appearance is brief, but enough to capture the attention of those who see it. Is it a ghost or an optical illusion? The most chilling moment of the video occurs when the camera pans back to the same window and the figure is no longer there. This sequence has sparked endless theories among viewers who speculate about the woman's identity. Some suggest she could be a victim of the hurricane who never got married, while others suggest it could be a simple optical phenomenon. The video has gone viral, generating comments ranging from amazement to disbelief. The combination of the tragedy of Hurricane John and the paranormal apparition has led many to question the reality of what they saw. As of yet, there are no clear explanations for the apparition, further fueling speculation. Alleged ghost is caught exercising in a park.
Estoy yo solo, pero aquí me está acompañando mi amigo, haciendo ejercicio los dos. Él se avienta una rutina y yo me aviento otra.
The video was recorded during the night and shows an exercise machine moving by itself in an empty park. The user who shared the video joked that ghosts are not afraid of the insecurity situation in the city. Many social media users commented that the park has a tragic past. They claimed that a child drowned in a lagoon there and that his spirit could be behind the strange events. According to some people, this is not the first time they have seen the exercise equipment moving around without anyone using them. Driver captures alleged ghost while driving on highway at night. The existence of ghosts is one of the most debated topics on social media, where countless videos circulate in which it is claimed that entities have been captured. Such is the case of a recording circulating on networks, where a supposed ghost is seen walking on a highway. The recording lasts only a few seconds, where the driver indicates that it was upon leaving work that he took the aforementioned highway, and it is further ahead that he manages to observe a person who comes out of nowhere in the middle of the highway, which he crosses without any care towards one. Having passed so close to the person in question, they were surprised, so they say that they even looked back after passing, at which point they realized that there was no one left on the street, a fact that terrified them. Workers from companies in the surrounding area say that this is not the first time they have seen something similar on the road, which further opens the debate on whether it could actually have been a ghost. According to the oldest tales, the lady in white is said to be the lost soul of the first wife of a powerful landowner, victim of a macabre plot orchestrated by her rival in love. Ghost, condemned to wander restlessly. Security guard captures ghost child on video. In the 51-second clip, the security guard can be seen panning around the playground, and at that moment the silhouette of what could be a child can be seen. What could be the entity can be seen on part of a wall and colored bars in the foreground, and then a voice can be heard saying, "Tell me that someone saw the child." On other occasions, paranormal events have been reported in the same square, as administration staff have reported that night watchmen have reported hearing noises and finding silhouettes in various places. Woman in white dress. This comes from a personal encounter posted with supportive evidence on Reddit. In the posting, they stated, "When I was little, my grandmother told me a story about a woman in a white dress appearing near the place where we have a cottage, which only women can see. Once when she was returning from shopping with her brother, only my grandmother saw this woman in a white dress standing by the side of the road. Her brother didn't see anyone. Brother was driving. A few days ago, I was looking through the family photo album, and in the photo taken in the garden of our cottage, me and my cousin in the picture, there is this woman in the white dress. Photo was taken in 2009 by my dad, and he remembers not seeing anyone. Around the cottage, there are only forests and fields. It is very unlikely that there would be woman in white dress. From our perspective, the head appears to be the play of light and shadows of the leaves on the tree or bushes in the background. It's very consistent with other patches of leaves and shadow. Using the chain link fence and its diamond-like grid as a reference, the bottom of the white figure is very consistent with the diagonal line the fence makes. It also appears to be reflecting sunlight consistent with one of the pieces of wiring of the fence, hence making this a physical object. Finally, the figure is right next to what appears to be the fence post wrapped in plastic. Coincidentally enough, the figure also resembles a piece of plastic on the fence. Skinwalkers are figures from Navajo folklore, often described as witches or malevolent shapeshifters with the ability to transform into animals or take on the appearance of another person. In Navajo culture, a skinwalker is known as a Yi Niled Lushi, which translates to with it, he goes on all fours. These beings are believed to possess powerful, supernatural abilities that enable them to move swiftly, mimic voices, and manipulate the minds of others. Traditionally, skinwalkers are associated with dark magic and are said to have gained their abilities by performing certain taboo rituals. They are considered dangerous and malevolent, using their powers to cause harm or chaos. Stories of skinwalkers often serve as cautionary tales, warning people to be wary of strangers and to respect the mysteries of the natural and spiritual worlds. One of the most common tales about skinwalkers involves their ability to transform into animals like coyotes, wolves, owls, or foxes. For example, a person might be driving down a deserted road at night and notice a strange animal following their car. No matter how fast they drive, the animal keeps up, often staring with unnatural, glowing eyes. When they look away and then look back, the animal has either transformed into something else or vanished completely. Skinwalkers are also said to have the eerie ability to mimic the voices of loved ones. Someone might hear the voice of a family member calling for help from outside their home. But when they go to investigate, no one is there, and the calls continue from different directions. This ability to imitate familiar voices is used to lure people into dangerous situations. There are also stories of skinwalkers taking on the appearance of specific people. You might encounter someone you know behaving strangely, with a cold or empty expression, and later discover that the real person was miles away at the time. This imitation is never perfect, often revealing hints like unnatural movements or eerie eyes that betray the skinwalker's true nature. In Navajo tradition, skinwalkers are believed to use their powers to cast curses on others, bringing illness, bad luck, or misfortune. There are accounts of individuals falling ill after crossing paths with someone suspected to be a skinwalker, and these mysterious curses are often difficult to break, leading the afflicted to seek help from a medicine person. These stories illustrate the skinwalker's role in folklore as a symbol of danger and deception, reminding people to respect the boundaries between the natural and supernatural realms. Get ready to be scared. Are your eyes tricking you? How is this physically possible? Is this woman a zombie? She showed up and was sitting among other people at a sporting game. Nobody seems to notice anything wrong with her and react. The people around her certainly didn't have a problem with her appearance. She looks like something straight out of the Walking Dead series. Her skin is discolored, eyes are black, and there are cuts all over her body. This is beyond disturbing to witness. Captured at an overpass at night. Do you see it? There is something scary standing up there when you notice it. From one source of nightmare fuel to another. This is something that will take away your sleep tonight. It looks like a golem shambling in the snow. It looks at the person recording with its mouth hanging open, shifting from side to side. We are lacking more details on this. What is for sure is that this is creepy. Is this real? People are asking for answers since video has started surfacing online of people jumping around in the street. They would stand on one spot and hop around. The thing they all have in common is the stance, the movements, and they are all seeming to be a copy of each other, doing the same repetitive actions. He captured something that was both strange and bizarre. The bus was left for several days, unattended before it randomly vanished.
El autobús 4410 de AU me empezó a dar un poco de miedo. Ha estado por varios días parado en andenes y toda la noche. Al verlo me dio mala espina y no sé por qué un autobús está parado toda la noche y con la puerta abierta. Entrando de turno al siguiente día y todavía lo veo el mismo autobús 4410, ya me dio miedo.
The ghost bus was seen by many people parked at the platform. Over time, nobody went in or out of it. It never moved or anything like that. The atmosphere was generally creepy, and going to investigate it further, that didn't make this any less creepy. At this point in the video, I want to invite you to subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. We make content that covers everything in the world of strange, unexplained, and scary videos. Now let's jump right back into the journey into terror. They captured the moment that a ghost child was seen during a Japanese school graduation. The reports say that the child in the background has passed away at the start of the school semester, yet still, a ghostly image of the child was caught on video standing with their other classmates. News reporters' eyes glitched during live broadcast. Many commented that this could have been proof a reptilian cover-up is true. Look at her eyes! They are normal at first, and then she blinks. As her eyes close and open, they look very different afterwards. Not human at all. The eyes look like something from a lizard or a reptile of some kind. While exploring this underground entry path, this happened. There is a deep, visceral sound that is coming from deeper inside. The sound is very uninviting, and something that clearly says to stay out. What you think that could have been? As the man rides along on his bike, the dim light and shadows, he suddenly passed by what appeared to be a ghostly figure. Hovering just inches away. A chill surged through him, and his heart raced with terror. Was it an illusion, or had he truly encountered something beyond explanation? Unsure if that was real or a trick of the light. A child stood at the door, barely visible through the fogged glass pane. Yet, when the door was cautiously opened to investigate, there was no sign of anyone, as if the child had vanished into thin air.
Hay un niño golpeando la puerta.
We see that the street outside was empty. Nobody was there. Could this have been faked? Inside the home, a ghostly girl was captured on camera, her presence as shocking as it was unsettling, a terrifying figure that no one had anticipated seeing. On a lonely dirt road at night, While riding his motorbike, a man managed to capture something eerie on film. It was the faint image of a ghostly woman, her form barely discernible, but unmistakably there, shrouded in the darkness of the desolate surroundings. Do you think you can make it all the way to the end of the video? Very scary videos for you to enjoy. You might find this next story hard to believe, but it really happened. In Ohio, USA, a statue of the Virgin Mary was filmed blinking, leaving churchgoers stunned. The statue seemed to come to life, moving its eyes and blinking, as witnessed by many at the time. Some believe this statue is the closest likeness to the 1917 apparition of Mary. Watching the footage ourselves, it's clear something extraordinary was captured. It's up to you to test your faith and decide what you believe, but the video speaks for itself. In another eerie video, a woman is testing an effect in a mirror. She places her shoe against the mirror, but the reflection doesn't match reality. The shoe in the mirror is facing the wrong way. Is this some kind of glitch in the Matrix? It's the kind of illusion that can challenge your perception if you let it. How do we explain this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. In one strange clip, a woman in a hotel room suddenly stumbles and falls. But that's not all. She begins to transform, appearing like a half-human, half-dog hybrid. Some say this is proof of a skinwalker caught on camera. Was this really a skinwalker? Or is there another explanation? This video begs for further investigation. In a chilling roadside encounter, a strange old man was spotted pointing at people in their car. Naturally, they freaked out. But then they looked behind them, and there he was inside the car. This terrifying moment left them panicking. How did he get inside? The video gives no answers, only more questions. Another baffling sight involves a man who appears to be a giant. The video shows a crowd overlooking rooftops and trees in the distance. When the camera zooms in, we see a man who seems massive compared to everything around him. Was he really a giant? Or is it just a trick of perspective? The footage is tough to interpret, leaving us to wonder how to make sense of it all.
Fala qualquer coisa, fala assim, ó. O cara grande e tal.
Tem um cara gigante ali, ó.
Fala assim, ó.
O
pôr do sol não apareceu, mas apareceu gigante. Lá no pôr do sol.
Olha o tamanho da árvore, galera.
Ó, o pôr do sol não apareceu, mas apareceu
olha
gigante.
aqui. Olha aqui embaixo, olha aqui.
In a bizarre video shot from a boat, a man is seen walking across deep water as if it's solid ground. Could this be a Jesus effect where he somehow walks on water? Is he a spirit or a glitch in the visuals? Whatever it is, it's undeniably strange and needs an explanation. People were left terrified after witnessing objects moving on their own in one video. Captured on camera, the event shows a group fleeing in panic as things start shifting around them. In another scene, a woman is tormented by eerie happenings in her own home, with no explanation in sight.
What happened? The table just moved. What the f*** you mean the table just moved? Hell no!
One of the creepiest videos involves a masked man showing up at someone's house. Staring directly into the camera, his presence alone is unsettling, like something out of a nightmare. Who would do something like this? The thought of it is enough to send chills down your spine. A woman, visiting the home of a deceased singer to pay her respects, ended up capturing something unexpected. While filming, she noticed the windows, once closed, were now open and a silhouette appeared inside. Could it be the ghost of the singer looking out at her? Another bizarre phenomenon occurred near water, where witnesses saw something strange moving beneath the surface, causing the water to swirl at high speed. Some claimed it was a natural event, while others believed it was something much stranger. What do you think happened? In yet another unsettling video, a baby walks up to a fence and, in an impossible moment, passes right through the solid bars. Some argue it's a glitch in reality, while others think it's a visual trick. And for a real spine chiller, imagine hearing footsteps at 2 a.m., only to find your child standing in their room, smiling and staring at a dark corner. Disturbing, right? Finally, a family roller coaster ride turned eerie when something unusual was captured on camera. Did you catch it? Rewatch the footage closely, you might spot something out of the ordinary.
Son 5 o 6 vueltas.
Don't be scared. Try your best to not shut your eyes at the terrifying paranormal captures that are coming up next. This driver was completely shocked and confused when he saw something strange on his way home late at night. Right in the middle of the road stood a large figure, covered in what looked like a dark sheet. It didn't move or react to the car. Without hesitation, he grabbed his phone and recorded the eerie scene, wanting proof of what he had witnessed. Seeing something like this during the day would be creepy enough, but coming across it alone at night? That's a whole new level of disturbing. What would you do if you found yourself in that situation? This recording was captured by residents of Realengo, a community in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, during a police operation. In the footage, we see the body of a person who lost their life during the operation, lying beneath an armored vehicle. However, something else appeared in the recording, something many believe to be a supernatural entity. A bizarre and sinister face can be seen under the armored vehicle. Next to the arm of the person who died, a strange face appears, looking directly at the camera. Many believe this could be an entity, or perhaps the scoundrel, a well-known figure in local folklore present at that moment. What do you think it could be? I want to hear your opinion in the comments below. Could it simply be the face of the deceased person? Or was there something more? The face is unnervingly strange and eerie, sparking widespread debate across social media. As always, you, the viewers, have the final word. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. He was filming a TikTok video, completely unaware of what was happening behind him. If he had noticed, he might have been terrified. For just a split second, something eerie and possibly paranormal appears in the background. If you watch closely, you'll catch it just for a moment. Though the car was parked, it didn't stop something strange from happening. Look at the driver's side window, just below the mirror, and you'll see it a creepy figure that looks up, staring directly into the camera. What was that? The person filming seemed to notice it, but the footage is even more chilling than we first expected. And why was it there? There are so many unanswered questions about this strange encounter. This haunting footage is truly bizarre. At the top of a building, a long, dark silhouette is seen pacing back and forth along the edge. It's clearly not a shadow or some other mistake. It's unmistakably something there. Some say it might have been a ghost or an entity with bad intentions, searching the building. Others think it was something else entirely. What makes it even creepier is that the building is a hospital, a place filled with lingering energies. Could it have been the Grim Reaper, searching for its next target? How could this happen? Look closely at the reflection in the window. Do you see it? The person filming didn't notice at the time, but their camera picked up glowing eyes and a silhouette looking back at them. It's enough to send a chill down your spine when you finally spot it. The footage is incredibly disturbing. Some claim it's a night visitor. There's something, or someone, outside the door trying to peer inside. No one knows exactly what it is. Some say it looks extraterrestrial, like an alien or some other creature. Others believe it was just a prank. What do you think? Was this a simple prank, or something much more unsettling? This is exactly why she says, "I hate hospitals." The video shows a series of strange, unexplainable events inside what appears to be a hospital. Weird happenings that are completely out of context and impossible to make sense of.
I really feel like someone or something is watching me, but I'm all alone.
Police were called to investigate strange noises and activity at a house that had been empty for several months. When they arrived, everything seemed normal. However, security cameras captured something unexpected. Take a look and see for yourself. There's movement, orbs of light, and shadows shifting in the footage. Pay special attention to the office area, where some of the most unusual things happen. And it was all caught on camera. Police were called to investigate strange noises and activity at a house that had been empty for several months. When they arrived, everything seemed normal. However, security cameras captured something unexpected. Take a look and see for yourself. There's movement, orbs of light, and shadows shifting in the footage. Pay special attention to the office area, where some of the most unusual things happen. And it was all caught on camera. How do we explain this capture? The first image we get, it looks like a human on the ground. Suddenly, it starts changing shape and stands up to look like something more like an animal of some kind. Could this have been a shapeshifter caught on camera in the woods? Following on from the previous creepy capture, this next night vision video is equally as scary. The woman seems to be walking down the sidewalk, and then this happens. Her eyes are glowing and she starts hunching over and contorting herself in an almost painful way as she enters what we can only assume is a random house. This man disappeared and we being looked for by his family and friends. The chill part was the found footage that accompanies the story.
Un vídeo que foi.
They claim that the place is haunted. Look carefully at the video, and you will see what happens next. There is nobody around, but the door begins to slide open all by itself. The is unsettling to say the least, especially since it was caught on video. The girls always complain about strange things happening in her room, and especially at night. Things would get knocked over and moved. They set up a security camera, and this is just some of the things that they caught. The footage captured was so compelling, it made them believe even more in the paranormal, and that something is targeting the girl.
What's the matter?
I just want to sleep with you now.
Stop. What? What's the matter?
Dann rest my peace.
He was alone home at the time when something disturbing happened. He heard his name being called, not in an accidentally way. Something like maybe you heard it or not. His actual name was called by someone who wasn't there. This was too much to handle, and it sent him running away in terror.
Dann rest my peace.
They caught a Bigfoot looking at them from beyond the tree line in the woods. This would have left more terrified than you would have been able to believe. Lucky for them that the creature kept its distance and didn't come any closer. Also lucky for us, the entire thing was captured on HD video. This is just crazy. What do you think of this? Could this store be haunted? They captured things moving around after closing. Not only that, but there were what looked like full-bodied apparitions hovering in full view of the camera. They caught something that looks like a giant bat hanging from a tree. It is too big to be an animal, and the human characteristics that it has makes it very scary. Could it have been some kind of Halloween decoration, a movie prop, or even a public prank on people passing by? Who can really tell? What do you think that this really was? If you say that it was a vampire, then this is reason to be even more scared. This doll is haunted and it moves on its own. This is creepy and very chilling to witness. The doll would move around inside the glass case, constantly twisting and moving around. Imagine a lifeless figure trapped in a glass case, but instead of remaining motionless, it twists, shifts, and creeps around inside, almost like it's alive. You turn away for just a moment, and when you look back, it's in a different position. The constant movement, subtle yet unmistakable, makes your heart race as you realize you're not imagining it. It's real, and it's watching you. deeper investigation. The next footage is downright eerie, the kind of unsettling moment that leaves you with goosebumps. In the blink of an eye, something inexplicable occurs. You can't help but hold your breath, wondering what's going to happen next. But here's the thing, even those who thought they'd seen it all weren't ready for what comes next. Keep your eyes on the person in the video. There's something happening there that defies all logic. The people who witnessed this firsthand are still in shock. Do you see what they saw? Can you make sense of it? Or are you just as baffled? Sure, the video quality might not be top-notch, but what it shows is clear enough to get people talking. Some are already convinced this is solid proof of the paranormal. The footage may be a bit shaky, but the camera manages to focus just enough to reveal what's really going on. We don't Dashcam footage from a driver on a lonely highway at night. Not expecting anything ahead, this happened. A ghostly figure comes walking into the path of the car. It acted like nothing was wrong, but the figure came to an abrupt stop right in front of the car, just avoiding a collision. The whole situation was strange and completely unexpected. I can only imagine what the driver was thinking at that moment. The next event took place at a toy store in the dead of night. According to the camera footage, it happened on the 3rd floor of the Small World Railway. One of the toys suddenly came to life, sliding back and forth across the floor as if a child were playing with it. But the strangest part? There was no one in the store. Imagine being the security guard on duty, having to check that out. Creepy doesn't even begin to describe it. In a cemetery, a man made a disturbing discovery. Beside a row of graves, he found a box containing a photograph of a man. The photo had been stabbed with pins all over the man's body. It looked like some kind of ritual or black magic, a hex meant to bring harm.
Oh, más esa brujería, culiao.
The man documented exactly where he found it and what was inside. The whole thing was deeply unsettling. Then there's the woman suffering from night terrors. She set up a camera to record what happens while she sleeps. In the footage, we see her being tossed, pulled, and turned under the sheets, clearly in distress. Watching it is hard, knowing she has no control over what's happening to her. In another bizarre incident, cameras caught a man walking alone down the street in the middle of the night. The terrifying part? He had no head. Dressed in all white, he strolled casually, as if nothing was wrong. But when you look closely, it's obvious his head is missing. How is this even possible? Are we really seeing what we think we are? Security footage from another location left people utterly shocked. Something strange was happening between two parked motorcycles. People in the room gasped as they watched the footage, trying to make sense of it.
Entró. No puedo entrar. Se da la vuelta y entra por la puerta de emergencia. No entra. Ahí se queda.
Ahí se quedó. Ahí viene la moto, mira.
Mira, ahí viene el van a hacer eso. Que incluso el man decía que no le valían sus huevadas de luces ni nada. Y
mira, ahí se va, no puedo entrar. Como que lo mira nomás. Ya, mira, ahí él apaga la moto.
No, ahí se le queda por donde el man no es cereza. Se va y una hueá se queda ahí donde el man, ya vas a ver. Una cosa media rara que van del man. ¿Sí ves? Dale güey esa huevada. Ya va a preguntar experta. Y el man ni siquiera ve. Me imagino que siente algo que ve.
El cuerpo de él desaparece. ¿Sí viste?
Mira, ve. ¿Sí viste? ¿Cómo está aplastado el freno si está con las manos arriba?
Está con los pies abajo.
Está con los pies abajo y las manos en el teléfono.
Ya, mira. Ese es el uno.
Ahí en esa,
ahí te das mismo que lo regresa a ver. Este ya viene de abajo, como por el. Ahí viene de nuevo,
mira. Pero ahí viene caminando, mira, mira,
ahí viene mojado.
Es como que viniera alguien en cuatro caminando. No, déjense la.
Son animales.
Sí.
Ya, ahí llega hasta ahí.
Pero cereza, sí, está el hermano de la cereza que regresa a ver así, pues no ve nada, hermano. Mira.
¿Sí ves? Ya, ahí demora un ratito.
Ahí sí, aquí no puede entrar, hermano, no puede entrar, ¿no ves? Y como el man estaba sentado ahí en la puerta, el man como que se le paró a la línea.
Mira, está con los pies abajo el chico.
Mira, el man está con los pies abajo. Solo que el man no se da cuenta porque está así. ¿Se le prende la moto, no ves? Sí, se le prende. Y mira la moto roja.
Mira, ahí se va de nuevo, ya no pudo. No pudo.
Mira la moto roja y mira la moto del man.
Mas o que seria isso? Seria um vulto ou algo que passou na frente da câmera?
Se va y mira la moto. El man no se da cuenta.
No se da ni cuenta.
Ya viste, y la moto roja también.
Chateando con la mujer.
Y la moto roja también, ya viste. Date cuenta, se va.
What was it they saw? And was their reaction justified? Could the eerie figure captured on video be the fabled Lady of the Lake? The footage shows a shadowy form standing still in the middle of the lake. It didn't look like a regular person. Whatever it was terrifying. The figure had no recognizable human features. It appeared hunched over in waist-deep water, making it an unsettling sight to behold. No matter how hard you try to explain it, the footage remains spine-chilling. At a hospital wing, cameras unexpectedly captured something chilling, a ghostly figure of a woman reflected in a window. The apparition walked by and then vanished, unnoticed by anyone in the room at the time. Could this have been the spirit of a deceased patient, or was it something else entirely? Finally, an older piece of footage still sends shivers down the spine. Pay attention to the woman on the left side of the screen. As she moves slightly, you can see a shadowy figure standing behind her. But she's so close to the wall, it's impossible for anyone to be standing there. Could this be a supernatural presence? The atmosphere in the room feels tense and unsettling, and the man filming seems just as uneasy.